8 and welcome to the general reading for all signs for today, the 4th of May, 2024. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely I Am Her Eminence and the lovely Honey Paw. Moderating on Twitch is the lovely Suzanne. Thank you so much, moderators. Thank you to everybody for joining us today for this reading for all signs. Today we're reading with the Dark Wood Tarot by Sasha Graham. And let's purify with this Agua de Colonia Concentrada by Alvarez Gomez. 3 sprays in this big room is more than sufficient. You can find links to each of these products in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube on a restream and you don't feel like watching me shuffle for the next couple of minutes, you can, if you like, use the timestamps to get right to the reading. If you are on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're on Twitch, make sure you follow us on Twitch. You can watch on Twitch without ads when you subscribe to us there. This reading goes out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, just disregard it because it's probably not meant for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your own sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. You can find the most recent of the restreams right on the website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in that main menu. Our shop is at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. That's a lot of affiliate links, which means we make a small commission off of each and every sale. We do appreciate your support, and do stay tuned because we'll be having a new shop that's a full retail experience very shortly. We'll let you know when that's ready to launch. If you'd like to give the channel a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga. paypal.me/arielgatoga. If you're on YouTube, you could use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you feel like giving a donation. We do appreciate your support, and we really do appreciate you being here for this general reading for all signs for today, the 4th of May, 2024. I guess I should be telling everybody May the 4th be with you, but I'm sort of sure that's a little overdone. So let's just get into the card reading. All right, 4 of Cups, 8 of Cups, Page of Wands. Okay, so a couple cups here. The 4 of Cups is all about a spiritual practice, or at least getting some sort of order internally. I like that as a spiritual practice, but it can also mean, and this is stuff that you've been doing already, by the way. This can also mean psychotherapy. It can mean all kinds of things that are just a way to find order within, a way to find order within your own spiritual experience, your own emotional experience, your own mental experience, everything that's non-physical. And the good thing about having that daily spiritual practice, it can be meditational practice or magical practice or prayer practice, whatever. The good thing about having that regular practice is that for many of you, it's starting off a trend of expansion because 4s are Jupiter. So not only is that order, the order, finding order in our lives, but in addition to that, it's allowing that Jupiter power to take that order and expand it and grow. So where do you need expansion? Where do you need growth? Well, in the Suit of Cups, it's whatever is necessary. Anything goes as far as the Suit of Cups. Think about water being in cups. When if you spill that cup, the water flows everywhere. That's where the expansion can go, anywhere and everywhere. So what do you need? What do you need expanded? What do you need more of? Right? So allow that spiritual discipline, that daily definite practice, whatever it is for you, let that be the groundwork from which this expansion happens. Okay, so then this 8 of Cups is all about, 8s are all about Mercury, whereas 4s are all about Jupiter. And Mercury has so many aspects to it, but in particular communication And again, cups are internal. So this is internal communication, intuition, learning from within, finding that magic path of intuition that will lead you exactly where you need to go and away from the things that you need to be led away from. Very easily, simply, succinctly, and very correctly. Your intuition won't lead you astray. So you can practice in small ways first, asking yourself, what are my leads? What are my hunches? What do I feel appropriate about? Intuition isn't usually too fear-based. Occasionally, if you're in big danger, you might have a moment of fear. But usually if it's something that you're afraid of or anxious about, angry about, things like that, that's not coming from your intuition. Intuition is more of a still small voice urging you forward into a particular direction. And you need to follow those urgings because they're going to lead you right where you need to go. And it looks like right where you need to go today is this beautiful Page of Wands. So pages are news, learning, and also can be beginnings. And wands are career and work and artistry and creativity, jobs, anything that's work, whether it's creative work or mundane work, whatever it is. Something wonderful is about to start today. It may not take form, but just start noticing those intuitive pulls. What do you want to do? Where do you think you need to go? What's next? Because that's what's going to be expanded on. So really be clear with yourself. What's next? What do I want? What feels right? Where am I being pulled to? What am I being pulled towards? That's your intuition showing you where this wonderful expansion can happen. And it's somewhere in your work somewhere. It might be new work. It might be old work. Everybody's different. All right, 2 of Swords. That's nice. 9 of Wands. Okay. And the Knight of Wands. Some of you, if you are into Psalms, if you don't like Psalms, then don't worry about it. I'm not pushing Psalms on anybody, but Psalm magic is one wonderful way to find some change in your life. Today we have a premiere for many of you that might be good, because what this is talking about is following your intuition rather than working yourself ragged. You don't want to work your fingers to the bone without intuition. In fact, if you follow intuition, you don't have to work your fingers to the bone. In fact, you work a lot less. You've heard that work smarter, not harder. The only real way to work smarter, not harder, is to listen to that still small voice, because you can save yourself tons of time, tons of effort, a lot of wasted effort by listening. And also it's telling you with this 9 of Wands, if you are overworking, now's the time to consider changing that. Because overworking is not really working. It's laboring in a way that is destructive, self-destructive. So you don't want to overwork, you don't want to overlabor, and you want to make sure that you're getting enough rest. In fact, taking a break is really indicated for some of you, so that you can listen to that intuition. It's all about the internal work today, not working out in the world. If you're trying to make things happen, force things to happen, work, those are very, work is not a negative quality, obviously, but it can, if the ego gets a hold of it, it can be very negative. And so today is not about work as much as it is about getting clear about your internal process, your spiritual practice, and finding that intuition, so that you can be led into the right type of work that you're supposed to be doing. Not only that, but this Knight of Wands is saying that where you're going to be led is assistance. So you don't have to do it all yourself. You're not supposed to do it all yourself. And a lot of times, the worst thing, I know for me, I've had many occurrences in my life where it's like, oh gosh, if I only didn't have that assistant, I wouldn't work so hard, because I'm always got to go fix what she didn't do right or what he didn't do right. But that's not the case here, because your intuition's going to lead you to the right kind of assistance, the right kind of help, the right kind of undergirding. so that you don't have to work so hard. The Two of Swords is saying that part of that daily spiritual practice needs to include mental focus, such as meditation. It's very clear that if you're not meditating, then your spiritual practice is a bit incomplete for what you need right now. So if you're not meditating, now's the time to start. You're going to really notice a big shift in a lot of areas of your life if you start. Now, the meditation technique that I teach is very, very simple, and you can find it by going on to my YouTube, or just go onto YouTube and search Gatoga Magic Minute. And the Magic Minute is something that you can do starting with just 60 seconds and then build it up tiny little bits over time. But just a little bit, once or twice a day, that you can grow into a larger practice if you desire to do that, is going to help you so much to get you plugged into your intuition so that you do know what to do. You do know where to go. You are able to find the assistance that you need. You are able to uncover the types of paths in your work that are going to bring you so much of this good, so much of this wealth and expansion. Not only that, but that's just the start. When you start to learn how to live intuitively, then you are really living a magical life. Everything is magic. Things that you never thought were possible start to become possible, because you're not trying to figure everything out based on only what your brain puts together based on your senses and what you perceive to be going on in the world. Your intuition is plugged into so much of the bigger picture that you as a conscious individual aren't privy to. So finding that intuition and building on that intuition and learning to live in that intuitive life and be guided and led every single moment by that intuition, your whole life is going to transform, not just within the confines of what it's talking about today, which is your work, maybe work and career. And the benefit of having that mental focus, that meditation, is that you start to build your powers of discernment, so that you're not saying, oh, I was just intuitively led, when you know for a fact that what you were listening to wasn't intuition. It was fear, it was stress, it was other stuff. So when you're working with that meditation every day, your powers of discernment grow quite rapidly, so that you can say, ooh, that's what I want to do, or oh, I'm not going to listen to that. You'll be able to know which voice you're listening to. Is it the voice of intuition, or is it just the voice of your ego trying to make itself be heard for whatever reason? Usually, a lot of times, the ego's main function is self-destruction. I mean, that's just kind of how it's programmed. But a lot of times, it's just raving. it's just the ravings of the lunatic ego, and you don't want to follow those voices. You want to follow that still small voice that's constantly bringing you into the next level of success for you and what your soul's journey is, why you're here, what you're supposed to do, why you chose to come here, what your role is in the greater good. All of those things are baked into that intuition, and that's exactly what you're going to find. And the good news about all of that is, if you're doing all of that, then your personal, quote, personal life is also quite successful, and you're happy. So it's a beautiful day. Finding that intuition, learning how to live in that intuitive path, learning how to discern, learning how to take it easy, and learning how to get the help that you need when it presents itself. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators. I am Her Eminence, Honeypaw, and Suzanne. And we'll see everybody for another general reading tomorrow. Blessed be.